In today's episode of the Pathway Presents podcast, I got a very interesting guest here with me today. I'm with Aditi Lala, and she's hailing over from the folks over at Trackforce, Valiant, TrackTik. And today we want to be learning all about the folks over there, how they're working in security and how they optimize your security workforce. So, welcome to the show, Aditi.
Thank you so much, Lucas, and thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. So maybe give people like a quick overview. What is the product all about?
Yeah, of course. So, Trackforce Valiant TrackTik is the world's largest physical security workforce management company. What we've done is we've combined decades of industry leadership and expertise to work with security companies and corporations of all sizes across the globe. So we have a single software solution that allows companies to, follow the progression of their security officers, automate mundane tasks like, scheduling their shifts or payroll invoicing, leverage data in order to make informed decisions and thereby boost their profitability. So I would say, like, by doing all this, we've become a trusted technology partner for more than hundreds of companies in the physical security space.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, tell us a lot about the company's customers a little bit. Who are the types of customers? Who's a great fit for the company?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what we've done is we've divided our ICPs into two. One is the companies who provide security services, and the second being corporations. So these corporations could be in any industry, any vertical, given that they have a security team in-house, so that's where our software can help them. So we are working with companies in healthcare, higher education, business improvement districts, to name a few verticals.
That makes a lot of sense. Cool. Now, how do those folks, like who would in those organizations, because there's of course different types of stakeholders, who would typically be the champion? Who would be, saying we need something like Trackforce, Valiant, TrackTik, and bring that into the organization?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, like, we work with industries and companies of various sizes. So who we reach out to in those companies depend upon the size of the business. So suppose if we want to target a small and medium business, I would talk to someone who is the COO, CEO, founder, president. So basically, whoever is in charge of the strategy and who holds the budget for that business. When it comes to enterprise clients, I would say we reach out mostly to the COO, head of operations, head of security, so someone who heads that particular department. So yeah, like, those are our key personas.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, how would these folks actually learn about you guys? Like, what would be their journey? Like, which channels are you leveraging? How do they, get started?
We are moving towards marketing, so that's amazing. Uh, Having the right customer acquisition strategy is key to us, and especially for me because I'm the demand marketer. And as you know, security is still a bit antiquated industry, and it's not that tech savvy. So I have been doing a lot of A/B testing when it comes to channels and strategies. And what I've found is organic search is by far our best acquisition channel when it comes to not only getting new leads but also new additional ARR. Second would be paid search. We also invest a lot in trade shows, sponsorship events, working with industry leaders and analysts, but those are more for brand awareness. I'll say even partner marketing. So I work very closely with our VP of partnerships, Mr. Brian Strasser. He's an amazing guy. So to see how we can work with our partner more and how we can tap into their network. And lastly, I would even say word of mouth, because as I mentioned, it's a very niche industry and people and folks know each other. So I think they're very generous enough to recommend us. So yeah, like, those are our biggest acquisition channels.
Very good. Now, what would you say is the role of the website? How do you as a marketer think about the page in itself?
Yeah, the website plays a very, very important role because, as I mentioned, our organic search is the number one acquisition channel. So
Mhm.
I would say, like, our websites, it's the digital face of the company. It paints a very clear picture as to who we are and how are we helping our clients to streamline their operations. I would say we are also heavily investing into letting our audience know as to what are the benefits of streamlining their operations are. And when it comes to the structure of the websites, it's pretty easy. So even if it's someone is new or if it's a returning visitor, they can find what they are looking for pretty easily. We have dedicated pages for customer stories. We have dedicated pages for our solutions. So if someone wants to understand more about one particular solution that we are offering, they can go to that particular page. And we even have CTAs, so they can directly get in touch with us. So overall, the way we have structured the website is to ensure that our readers or audience learn about us, and they are ready to move to the next step of the sales journey.
Makes a lot of sense. Now, let's switch gears there a little bit, right? So we talked about the website, we talked about the growth. I would love to talk about you a little bit, right? What would be a typical day be looking like? If we're thinking about, how Adi is taking her work as a marketer, what would be, happening on a daily business?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, my role is the demand marketer. So I am the one who is creating campaigns and programs here at Trackforce, Valiant, TrackTik. So my day begins by looking at the performance of my campaigns. So where they are they working, are they not? How many? Uh, Suppose if there was an email campaign launched, what is the progress about that? How many has been opened, closed, and where are we? Like, did we get any leads out of those? Are the SDRs following up? So doing a lot of number crunching is my, like, first and foremost. I just love to see reports and go and plan my day accordingly. The second would be then working and collaborating with my different members of marketing teams, so product marketing, content, partner marketing, to ensure that we are coming up with something that is very interesting for our audience. So there could be a new program coming up. What would be the theme? What would be the call to action? And then working a lot with sales team and customer success team, because internally they are my audience, right? So I would love to learn more about how they are doing, what are the customers saying, what are their feedback, and then roll it back into my program. So yeah, like, just dividing up into three: reports, analysis, doing my job, executing it, and then working on the feedback part.
Very good. Adi, I have some rapid fire questions to wrap it up for today as we're slowly getting towards the end of the interview. You ready for those?
Oh, yes.
Very good. What is the last book you read or the last podcast you listened to?
So the last book I read was, so nowadays I read a lot of baby books for my son, but I
Very
would
good.
just keep that to myself. So, but the business-wise, the last book I read was Indira Nooyi's My Life in Full. So she is the first she's the first woman who became the CEO of a Fortune 50 company, so PepsiCo. And in this book, she has mentioned about her struggle. How did she rose to this rank, and just giving a clear path to young leaders like us as to how can we manage our work-life balance. So yeah, that was my last book.
Very good. What's the one single thing that your company is focused on the most at the moment?
Pipeline growth. It is all about pipeline growth.
Very good. If you would have a magic wand as a marketer, what would be one thing that you would change for your role if there's no boundaries in technology anymore?
Oh my, what would I change in my role? I would say so. I have been on a lot of marketing discussions in the past few weeks, and what I have noticed is everyone come up with one topic, which is targeting. So, who should we target? Where are our audience? How can we reach them at the right place? So, I would say I wouldn't change anything of my role, but if I can add on to my role, like if a technology can help me figure out, you know how can I reach out to my clients at the right time, at the right place, being my budget is currently low. Yeah, that could be something that I would do. But yeah, I wouldn't change my role.
Nice. And one question I would have, if today would be your very first day with the company, what's the one advice you would give yourself?
I was just go with the flow. So I recently came back from my maternity leave, and when I went on maternity leave, it was TrackTik, and when I came back, it was Trackforce, Valiant, TrackTik. So it was like starting new. So I think what I did the best was just went with the flow, try to understand where the company is today, try to learn about the products, try to learn about the strategy, also getting in touch with the different departments, so sales, customer success, finance, HR, and learning what their goals are and how marketing can support. Yeah, I think that's the best way to go for it.
Awesome. Very cool. I really appreciate you took the time with us today, right? I want to give you the very last words. If somebody would be forgetting all about the company that we discussed today, what's the one thing people should remember?
Oh, so if you are in the security industry and if you're looking for a technology partner, we are here. We are here to help you streamline your operations and make your business more efficient. So yeah, give us a call.
Thanks a lot for being a guest on Pathfinder Presents.
Oh, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.